So she just found out that she is picking my book again, but she's not gonna pick too many because your girl's luggage is already thick. What are the rules? I shouldn't have to tell you.
Horror. I want to. There's no romance, but I get romance. So
Horror.
science fiction.
Oh God. We're gonna teach her again. It's horror, thrillers, and mysteries. That's all we want. We don't want science fiction unless it's a horrific science fiction or it's thrilling science fiction.
Horror, thriller,
science
mysteries.
fiction. There we go. So that's what we're gonna do.
All in the same category.
No, they're actually very,
this
very
is coming
different.
from a person who don't read.
That is true. But you finished the book that I picked for you the last time.
Yes, I did.
She actually came out with a new book, part 3.
Yeah, I don't want to read about her. She kind of annoyed me in that book.
Well, okay. So we're gonna go. I'm not even gonna tell them who you talking about because that would be so disrespectful to the people who love that series. So leave that alone. So we're gonna go in and we're gonna go shop for those books. So come along with us. We are at Waterstone. So see you inside. This is the stack I'm thinking about. This one and these two were picked by the bookstore worker, and he said these were really good. I haven't read too much about this, but he gave me a background on that one. It is really centered in the area that we are in. These two sound really good, and these also sound good. And then she and I actually picked up the same book. So I do know one of the books in her stack, and then there's another one. So I just need to figure out which of these, because right now I have 7 books, and that's 4 over my limit.
Me struggling because I already forgot the categories. Okay, so I found an area that is not overwhelming. We have a criminally good. And then we have cozy crime. And she said one side is a little bit softer and one side is harder. I found 2 books that I like. Y'all know I like seeing Us. And this other one seems funny.
Thank you.
I'm done, you guys. I'm done.
Alright, so we are back from the bookstore, and hopefully it's not too dark in here, but I don't want to open the window because then that might be too much light. But we're back from the bookstore. It is called Waterstone. So, and this is the store. I did have Jody actually picked 2 books, but like I was saying, I don't know if you guys can hear me clear in the clip, but the one of the books she picked, I had actually picked 2. I had the shop worker help me pick some of my books, and I have all of the ones that I have here. So the 2 that are wrapped are the 2 that she picked. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the ones that I bought that I picked. I did put one back. That was really hard, but it was also a hardback, so I went ahead and put that back because space, weight, all that kind of stuff. So the first one, I'll show you what I picked. So this is the only one that I picked technically by myself, because like I said, my sister picked one that I had also picked off the table. So this is the only one of the two that I had picked by myself, with no assistance. It's called A Murder for Miss Hortense. It's by Mel Pinot. This is actually a Black author, and I believe she's probably Jamaican born. Yep. So Jamaican grandparents, but she lives in London. So this book is about a retired nurse who, she loves to garden, do all the things, and she is actually going to be, she likes to solve like mysteries and things like that, and she is investigating this investment network that helps. So it's a special community of Black investors, and they try to help people succeed and things like that. And she's using her skills to investigate their investments. But someone is found dead in one of the houses that they have, and she is trying to discover what is going on. There's like a Bible quote next to the person's body, and this is basically kind of bringing up things from her past. So she's trying to figure out who is doing this. It is time for Miss Hortense to solve a mystery that will see her and the community she loves tested to their limits. So this is the first one that I got, and I tried to get authors, of course, that I knew nothing about. The other one I got, this was the first one recommended by the Bookstore worker. It is called The Covent Garden Murder. 8th grade crime fiction, totally recommended. It says Lee Child, who I believe is also a British author. Mike Howell is the author of this book, and basically this is set in the 1940s. There is a bomb at a theater, and they find someone dead in the foyer, but they realize that the person was not killed by the bomb. They were actually murdered, and they are trying to solve that. So as Detective Inspector John Jago begins to investigate, there's an underlying question he must grapple with. Was the murdered man a killer himself? Ooh, he didn't tell me that part, so I'm excited about this one. The next one that he recommended was The Ashes of London. This one is set in the 66 during the time of the London fires. As the city burns, the hunt for a killer begins. He didn't tell me too much about it except for that, but he said this one was really, really good. It's also set in London. It's by Andrew Taylor, because I asked for like books set in like London by British authors. So this is that one. And then the last one he recommended is not set in London, but it is about a British detective who uses like their charm. I think that's a woman. She uses her charm to like get people to confess their secrets and to solve crimes, and she links up with a New York, I think it's set in New York, a New York detective who's more like, I'm gonna pull my gun out and you can tell me what I need to know type of person. So two detectives from different worlds, one case that can't exist. The Cracked Mirror by Chris Brookmeyer, and basically he said this one has really, really good twists in it. So Penny Coyne, little old lady, that's the other thing, she's an older lady, and y'all know how I feel about them. Little old lady who has solved multiple murders in her otherwise sleepy village despite bumbling local police, a razor-sharp mind in a twin set and tweed, and then Johnny Hawk, hard-bitten LAPD homicide detective, always in trouble with his captain, always losing partners, but always battling for the truth, whatever it takes. Against all odds, against the usual story, their worlds are about to collide. It starts with a dead writer in a mysterious wedding invitation. It will end with a rabbit hole that goes so deep, Johnny and Penny might come to question not just who done it, but whether they want to know the answer. And I think he said this one was based in New York, or it could be based in LA, but this one, he has another book also. But yeah, he said the twist in this was really, really good. So these are the 3 recommended by him. Now the 2 that my sister, he said my pile of books was really good. He picked out, 3 of them, but these 2, he also said to her that they were really, really good. And one of them I had picked off the table. So I'll show you guys that first. It's called How to Solve Your Own Murder. It's by Kristen Perrin. And another couple was in the bookstore, and she saw me reading this one, and she was like, I've read that, and that's really, really good. And I think she was actually from the States. But yeah, so I'm like, okay, I gotta get this one. So basically, this fortune teller, this is set in 1965, this fortune teller, Frances Adams, is a fortune teller, of course, and when she encounters people, she she compiles information about like every single person she meets, just in case that person might be her killer. And like her family, her friends think she's like, crazy, don't take her seriously, and then she ends up dead. And so her great niece comes to Castle Knoll, finds herself a participant in a dangerous game. Francis's will stipulates that the person who finds her killer will inherit her millions. In the heart of her sprawling countryside estate lies an eccentric of detective work where the right person could step in and use her findings to solve a murder. So that's what this one is about, and the lady said that this one was really, really good. So I added it to the list. And this is the one she picked, My Sister the Serial Killer by Oyukin Braithwaite. So funny story, I've actually seen this book in the States before. All of these other ones I've never seen going to Barnes & Nobles or the smaller stores, and that was something I had my eye on. What haven't I seen? There are a couple of books I am going to have to order that I saw. I was like, that sounds good. But this one I have seen, have not read, My Sister the Serial Killer. So I don't know what this is about, so let's find out. When Coraday's dinner is interrupted one night by a distress call from her sister, Ayula, she knows what's expected of her. Bleach rubber gloves, nerves of steel, and a strong stomach. This will be the third boyfriend Ayula's dispatched in self-defense, and the third mess that her lethal little sibling has left Coraday to clear away. She should probably go to the police for the good of the menfolk of Nigeria, but she loves her sister, and as they say, family always comes first. Until that is, Ayula starts dating the doctor where Coraday works as a nurse. Coraday's long been in love with him and isn't prepared to see him wind up with a knife in his back, but to save one would mean sacrificing the other. Ooh. Interesting. I am very much interested in that. So in this one, super short chapter. So yeah, so those are the books for my London book haul. So we have added 6 to TBR, but that's okay. you have to get books when you travel, right? So there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed this haul. If you have heard of any of these, let me know. Like I said, there was another book that I really, really wanted, so I'm probably gonna put that, and I can't even think of the name right now, but I showed it in the video, so I'll put the name on the top. But that one has a really good it's a horror. It has a really good summary, so I'll probably get that one a little down the road. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I feel like my energy is kind of down, but we were just out and about, and we are about to actually go to a show, so I'm gonna take a few minutes just to relax. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have read any of these or what you think about this stack. My name is Sho'Shanna. For those of you who are new, stick around, join the family. And for those of you who keep coming back, thank you so much. And I'll see you in the next one.